Before we get started with today's video, y'all, if you guys are looking to buy a godlike NBA 2K19 account, make sure you guys hit up legit accounts, 100% legit. The link will be in the description.
Do you get it? Do you get it? We was all up on the road doing all these shows, fucking all these bitches. Big hearts at the jaws, lean ends, you can go and grab the switches. Black hoodie, black Timbs, all my niggas with it, yeah, they put them triggers. Do you get it? Do you get it?
What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Henry, aka DoubleH DF, back in the building with yet another banger. And in today's video, if you can't already tell by the thumbnail and the title, we have the top 10 biggest exploits in 2K history, man. So if you guys enjoy videos like this, make sure you guys drop a sub button down below, and don't forget to smash a like on the video, man. Turn on post notifications so you see every time I upload a banger like this one, and every single time I live stream, which is every single day. But anyways, we're gonna go straight into this top 10 list. Now, yes, there's been a lot of exploits, a lot of glitches, but when I say top 10 exploits in 2K history, I'm talking about like glitches that like actually affect gameplay. So not like tire glitches or mascot glitches or VC glitches, or not even badge glitches or animation glitches, like nothing like that. Like things that are like exploits, you know what I mean? So I think you guys are gonna get what I'm getting at once we get into the list. But first, before we get into the list, man, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and Instagram so you guys can answer questions to get in some of these videos, man, and also so you can see every time I upload a video and every time I live stream, because I be posting it on both of those social medias. But anyways, let's hop straight into the list, man. So at number 10, man, we have the LT glitch in NBA 2K19. So if you guys don't know what the LT glitch is by now, it's basically when the center on the 2's court, this can happen on any court actually, except for 1's court obviously, but when the center holds L2 or LT and tries to get the other player stuck on him while while his teammate D-pads around the screen, or I mean around the LT, I guess, and it gets the defender stuck and it forces a switch and mismatches, and it is very exploiting. A lot of people do this that can't score on their own, and it is a huge exploit that entered 2K19, and it started getting really bad after the Ticino games, especially the one between him and Godtriller, where Godtriller abused this glitch against him and 3-0'd him. And a lot of people started using this exploit, and after a lot of fans watching series of people playing Ticino doing this exploit and it working, they started doing it themselves. Now this LT glitch, the thing about it, it was only in 2K19, but you could have done it in any 2K. It's just nobody figured it out in 19. Think about it. You could post up in 15 on the 3-point line, 16, 17, and 18, and they would have gotten stuck on you, but nobody figured it out until 2K19. So that's the crazy thing about the LT glitch. Coming in at number 9, we have the dribble glitch in NBA 2K19 as well. This is another thing that nobody tested from 2K15 to 18. And it's something that could have been in those 2Ks, but in 2K19, if you don't already know what the dribble glitch is, it's basically where you just dribble the ball as normal as you do, but you hold L2 or LT while you dribble, and nobody can steal the ball from you. As you can see the gameplay right here, there is literally a lockdown, spamming X and getting these weird animations where he just can't steal the ball. Any player in the game can do this dribble glitch. A glass cleaner can be dribbling in front of a lockdown, just spamming crossovers right in front of him. If he's holding LT or L2, then you're not stealing the ball from him. So this is actually a really bad exploit, considering that you can't lose the ball, so you could do whatever you want. The only way you lose the ball is basically just missing a shot and not getting the rebound, because there's no steals basically at that point. And this is definitely abused in the stage, especially on the 3's courts, considering that most of everybody on the stage runs a lockdown to guard ball to everybody L2 cheeses with the dribble glitch. But yeah, it is very a bad glitch that hopefully is not in 2K20. Coming in at number 8, we have zigzag cheese. Now, if you have played 2K, there is, for a while now, you know about the zigzag cheese. Zigzagging has been in the game every single year, except for 2K19. It was finally patched. But it was the worst in 2K18. As you can see, zigzagging was so bad that it literally, one movement from the left stick from right to left could change your whole direction and body of the player, to the point where if you were doing that around screens, it was literally unguardable even if you were standing still. The zigzag cheese was in 15, 16, 17, and in 18 it was terrible. Something that a lot of randoms would do, and even if you were even if your record was completely negative, if you were doing the zigzag cheese, oh my god, it was something that was very abused in early stages of 2K in my team, and started to come to park. And in 2K18, it was the worst for sure. Coming in at number 7, we have the, I guess, hold B under the paint tactic. But basically, this glitch was in NBA 2k15. And in NBA 2k15, there was no offensive 3 seconds, and there was no defensive 3-second violations. And the thing was, what people did was they held B to like hold their nuts under the paint while their teammate would try to score, right? So basically what this was doing was they would hold B under the paint so they could just automatically get rebounding position for the ball, right? Now you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, well, what if the ball just doesn't, I mean, the ball's not going to go right under the basket. Well, in 2K15, the rebounding mechanics and the missing mechanics, the ball never went outside of the paint off of a miss. It didn't bounce all the way out of bounds like it does this year. It doesn't bounce back to you. It doesn't bounce to the free throw line. It hits the rim, goes up, and goes right down under the basket. So if you were holding B under the basket, you had like a 95% chance of getting the board. So especially since there was no defense or offense at 3 seconds, you were kind of forced to fight with him for position. Otherwise, you were literally guaranteed scoring the ball because you would just get the offensive rebound if you missed. And this was definitely used the most on the 2s courts and in stage and high rollers on the 3s. Everybody would be holding B in the paint, and it's a glitch and like an exploit that is very forgotten in the 2K community. And thank God they have recently, in 16-17 added violations that exposed that, and then obviously they made the rebounding mechanic a lot better. So especially this year, balls are bouncing all the way to freaking Narnia. So definitely have fixed that mechanic since then. But yeah, it was really bad in 2K15. Coming in at number 6, man, we have the double dribble glitch. Who remembers how overpowered this was in 2K15? This glitch was in 2K15 and in 2K18. Now, basically what it was in 2K15 was you could literally pick up the ball and just run. You could just keep running with it. It was absolutely insane. This was actually in 2K16 too. What am I talking about? 2K15, 16, and 18. You could just pick up the ball and just keep running with it. And in 16, what you had to do was a hop step, and then you could just keep going. So you could literally pick up your dribble, and what would happen is when you pick up your dribble, the defender would come towards you because he'd be thinking, oh yeah, he's dead, let me swipe at him maybe, and get a good stance on him, and then you just run right by him for a wide open dunk. And in 2K17, there was something kind of like it, but I'm not going to say that it really wasn't there. It was kind of like a step back where you gathered right here, as you can see in the gameplay. But I wouldn't consider that double dribble glitch because a lot of the dribble gods, I guess you want to call them, would use that. So it was pretty known that they weren't going to pick up their dribble. So not a lot of people fell for it. And in 2K18, it was pretty bad too. You could just literally pick up your dribble whenever you wanted to. But I feel like it was not as working. It didn't really exploit the game, or wasn't really like a good tactic in 2K18 as it was in 2K15 and 16 and in 17, I guess you could say. And coming in at number 5, we have the post speed boost glitch. That's what I'm gonna call it, but you can call it the post glitch, whatever you want. But this was in 2K16 and 2K19, man. Now basically, if you don't know what the post glitch is, in 2K16 a lot of people know this famous game. It was the Power versus King Sosa go-up game, the King of Sunset, right? And this is a very good example of the post glitch. Now, basically what both players were doing was, you know, a lot of big men in 2K16 would do this, where they would, you know, post up and they would get this. If you spin it to the inside of the basket, as you can see right here, it would just get you wide open, and it was literally unguardable to the point where you could just get a wide open dunk almost every single time. So if you spam that 2 or 3 times in a possession, you were literally guaranteed a bucket. And sometimes you could pull back it the other way, maybe mix it up with guard 1 or a couple other dribble moves, and you were literally, once you had that down, you were an unguardable center no matter what. And that's exactly what 2 of the best big men in the game in 2K16 did, with it being Power and King Sosa. That's what both of them did, and they were people that did that were big men, were some of the best players in the game, because that's how crazy this move was. Now, it did make a little comeback in 2K19, but in 2K19 it's a lot different. So basically in 2K19 what it is you obviously posting up again, but then you spin to the inside, and it's really a speed boost this year because you're a lot faster. So if anybody's playing off of you or expecting you to go the other way, if you come at them with that speed boost the other way, wide open dunk every time, because it literally puts you into one of the best dunk animations, and it's way too fast to guard. A lot of post scorers abuse this move, especially on the 1v1 and 2v2 courts. Coming in at number 4, we have the spin exploit. Oh my god, was this a forgotten glitch? This was in 2K16 and 2K17, man. So basically what this was in 2K16, as you can see right here of this gameplay, look at how OP this was. You could just hold LT and then spin back with the left stick depending on which way you're going, left or right. And look at how fast this is. I mean, this is literally unguardable. Look at how fast Carmelo Anthony's fat ass is going in this clip right now. And it also was in 2K17. My man Grinding used to abuse this move in 2K17. Look at how fast this man is moving. This is getting him wide open. This mixed with a screen on the 2s or 3s court with a stretch big, especially one that's a mascot, that's literally unguardable. Hopefully this exploit just never comes back to 2K, because if stretch bigs get this back, say goodbye, because this glitch was literally unstoppable. Coming in at number 3, how could we make a list without pushing, man? Pushing in NBA 2K19. So a lot of people are confused on this exploit, man. A lot of people thought that 2K really wanted there to actually be a pushing mechanic in the park. But what actually happened was they introduced the new park called Cages, right? And in Cages, there's a button, B, where you could literally push somebody up against a gate, or just push them when they have the ball and they lose the ball, right? Because it's Cages. It's supposed to be like, you know, like a really aggressive park where you're just hitting people against the fence, you know, no fouls, none of that shit. Like, it's Cages, right? And basically this mechanic somehow was in the park too on accident, and nobody found out about this exploit until a couple months into the game. And once people found out about it, oh my god, did they abuse it, especially on the 2s court. People would be pushing people out the way. If there was a game point and you usually didn't use the push glitch, you were using the push glitch 100%, because once you push somebody out of the way, it was literally a 1-on-2, one being the defender. So it was literally unguardable, and this exploit was in the game for months. People stopped playing the game because of it, and it was completely game breaking, and that's why pushing is at number 3 on the list. Coming in at number 2, oh my god, this glitch has literally been in the game since 2K17. Now, obviously, it was the worst in 17 when it was called BB. Now, a lot of people called it different things when it was first introduced in 17. They called it the Soluminati glitch, side-to-side cheese, backdoor glitch, BB, but it was really known for BB. And what it was you would run one way on the inbound and then tap BB, like B twice if you're on Xbox, and then run the other way, and it was like literally teleporting and sliding, right? It was literally unguardable. If you can see clips right here, this guy is forcing a backdoor every time, but he is scoring every time. If you played 17, you probably remember games where you would literally backdoor every single play, and even if the guy was sitting under the paint, you would score every single play and just 22-0. And you would there was definitely, at least like some people, half of their games was literally just shoot right off the catch or right off the inbound and score right off the inbound and not even putting the ball on the floor for a whole game and 22-0ing people, because this glitch was so OP. If you sat in the paint, he could shoot the 3. If you didn't sat in the paint, you come up, BB backdoor, that's a dunk. And this was in 2K18, it was called AA, but it wasn't nearly as OP. And it was in 2K19, and it was using the D-pad now. And it wasn't, I say it's the most OP in 17, second most OP in 19, and then in 18, you know, probably the worst out of the 3. But every single year has been OP. Let's see if it makes a return in 2K20. If it looks like it's gonna make a return, pointing out on this 2K20 trailer, but we'll see coming 2K20 time. So before we get into number 1, we're gonna go ahead and hit you with the honorable mentions, man. So we have 2 honorable mentions for exploits and glitches that were in game. First, we have the invisible glitch. Now, this glitch was patched every time it came out, but this glitch was actually in 2K15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. It's been in the game every single year. It's crazy, man. And basically what it was in 15, I think it was like putting on certain clothes. 16, you had to put on a certain mascot. 17, I think it was either a mascot or clothes again. 18, it was coming out of your closet. 19, there was it was clothes again, and it was the Beats event had a glitch with it. But basically, you would glitch out the game and make your player invisible for both people playing, for your screen and other people's screen, so nobody knew where you were, but unless you had the ball and the ball was dribbling around, or unless you had the who to guard on, so you could see the arrow, right, if you were guarding them. But this glitch is literally just completely game breaking. Like, you don't know where he is, you don't know how tall he is, like, you can't see the player. This is crazy that it's actually been in the game every single year. Another honorable mention is the inbound glitch. This has been in the game every year. There's always an inbound glitch except for 2K17. In 2K15, it was where you could literally like spam X and pump fake right, and then just alley-oop it to yourself because you have a wide open alley-oop. And then in 16, it was you could get in front of the player and it would hit off his head, and then you would just catch the ball and it'd be a turnover and you would have the ball again. And then in 18, it was you could literally just steal the, like, give the players the ball and then just snatch it back and just all of a sudden have the ball, and they would call it a traveling violation. And then in 2K19, it was where you could do that same thing in 18, and there was another one where you could just pull back the ball and just start dribbling without even having to pass it in. So this is actually a crazy glitch that hopefully doesn't make a return in 2K20, but is very concerning and game-breaking, man. Coming in at number 1, we have the Demigod glitch in 2K15 and 16, which a lot of people don't know about. But in 2K15, there was a glitch where you could, you know, literally go to create a player, make this 7'2" point guard with every badge in the game, and then literally unplay your Ethernet cord or whatever, and make him your My Career player. So people are running around the park, running around a stage with a player that didn't have no waist, which is how you knew it was the Demigod. Had no waist, had every badge in the game, a 7'2" point guard, had every animation in the game, and you could get him to 99 every single stat max, man. This build was literally unstoppable. It was called the Demigod glitch. 7'2" point guards, dribbling like Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, anybody that's just like an amazing dribbler, shooting like Stephen Curry, Ray Allen, dunking like LeBron James and Michael Jordan, and literally doing anything they wanted, basically. These players were literally unstoppable. And when 2K16 came out, for the first month of the game, this glitch was actually back. Now, it wasn't nearly as OP, but you could make a 7'2" point guard. Now, obviously, there wasn't like no badges or attributes that came with it, but you could still have a 7'2" point guard with point guard speed, point guard shooting, and it was very OP, but got patched very fast, because if they didn't patch that, it was just gonna be 2K15 all over again in different parks, and not a lot of people remember that demigod glitch came back in 2K16. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like on that video, hit that sub button, and let me know if you want more videos like this, and let me know in the comments if you think I got the list right or if I was missing any other in-game exploits or glitches down below in the comments, man. But anyways, guys, it's been your boy Henry, aka DoubleH DF, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.
I ain't never had no friends, I was all alone. She ain't never called my phone, she left me on my own. They saying all girls are the same, further than my throne. She said, can you stay with me? Now I gotta go. Diamond dripping off my neck, it's wet, I'm about to flex up on my ex.